Hi, my name is Scott Bush. I'm an African-American baseball historian, and here are some of the untold stories of the great African-American baseball players that came from our wonderful state of South Carolina. So there were four brothers from Anderson, South Carolina, that went on and contributed greatly to the game. There was Charles Isham, C.I. Taylor. There was his brother, Johnny Still-Arm Taylor, and then another brother, James Candy Jim Taylor, and then the youngest, Ben Taylor. These four brothers greatly impacted the game of baseball. C.I. Taylor started playing baseball for Clark College in Atlanta, Georgia, and became the best third baseman in the city of Atlanta. He also led the 1900 Clark College team to undefeated season. After finishing his college career, he brought black baseball to Birmingham, Alabama, and created the Birmingham Giants. And later on, he brought that team to West Baden, Indiana, and then eventually to Indianapolis, Indiana, where he was not only manager, but who was also part owner and also played part-time for the Indianapolis ABCs. But C.I. Taylor's greatest contribution to baseball was he was the vice president of the National Negro League. The National Negro League was the first official black baseball league in America. The other brother, Still-Arm Johnny Taylor, he started playing his baseball with Vidal University, which is in Charlotte and is now Johnson C. Smith. During the game, Charlotte's reporter dubbed him Still-Arm for the way he was pitching. Still-Arm Taylor went to play professional baseball for 9 different teams and even was a manager at 20 years old for the Vidal University baseball team. The other brother, Candy Jim Taylor, he also started his professional baseball career in Birmingham, Alabama under his brother C.I. Taylor. But Candy Jim Taylor ended up being a baseball lifer, where he spent from the early 1900s all the way to 1948 for the career in baseball. He was the player manager of the 1920 Dayton Marcos, who was in the inaugural National Negro League. Candy Jim Taylor also managed and played with the St. Louis Stars, who had several Hall of Famers on that team, including Willie Wells and Cool Papa Bell. Candy Jim Taylor also went on to manage and win the first East-West All-Star game in the Negro League, which happened to be the very first professional baseball All-Star game in history. Candy Jim managed the winning team on the 1933 East-West All-Star game. He ended up managing 4 East-West All-Star games total. He was also the manager of a 1936 Denver Post team, the Negro League All-Stars. Denver Post tournament was a semi-pro professional tournament where all teams from all over the country would come and try to win the title of the best semi-pro team in the country. He brought a team of Negro League stars to Denver, and they won that tournament. On that team was players like Satchel Paige, Buck Leonard, Cool Papa Bell, even Josh Gibson. So they dominated and won that tournament in 1936. They were also the first all-black team to win that tournament championship. No, Candy Jim Taylor passed away. He never married, never had children, but he spent his entire life in baseball. And the last brother, Ben Taylor, who was nicknamed Old Reliable. Ben Taylor came up and also played in Birmingham Giants and with his brother C.I. as the manager. And they went on to play for several other teams, including the St. Louis Giants and the Lincoln Giants. But then he settled in Indianapolis under his brother C.I. and played for the Indianapolis ABCs. Ben Taylor actually started as a pitcher and was very successful, but they ended up putting him at first base, where he became, at that time, the greatest first baseman in Negro League history. He was later eclipsed and by Buck Leonard, as many consider the best black baseball first baseman. But the interesting story is Buck Leonard was brought into professional baseball and trained by Ben Taylor. Ben Taylor ended up managing several teams after his playing career, and eventually he was inducted into 2006 for the National Baseball Hall of Fame in Cooperstown. Now, a side note about Ben Taylor, probably one of the most interesting things about Ben Taylor, is he was a manager at the Indianapolis ABCs and again for the Brooklyn Eagles later. And the reason that's interesting is because he was a manager at both times for female professional baseball owners. The only two professional baseball owners in history. Olivia Taylor, who actually was the wife of the late C.I. Taylor, and then later for Effa Manley. Ben Taylor holds the distinction of being the only manager to manage under two female owners. The interesting thing about the Taylors, with all the information I shared, is only that none of them, not Ben Taylor, not C.I. Taylor, and not Candy Jim or Still Arm, are in the South Carolina Sports Hall of Fame.